Okay, gang, as part of our tribute to our troops, and a thank you to our government, this is Brother Chris. He's going to say a few words, and then we're going to go into one more song.
I just want to welcome everyone here tonight to the X-1 fights here at Schofield Barracks at the 604. I am First Sergeant Christopher Avila, one of the leaders of the 25th ID Combatives Fight House and Fight Team. And I want to give a quick shout out to the We Defy vendors outside. This is a foundation that leads veterans away from suicide through jiu-jitsu, something that we all love. Thank you very much. Have a blessed night.
Martin Day to ringside. Martin Day to ringside. Attention, can we have Martin Day to ringside? Martin Day to ringside. And the doctor. Can we just have all officials to ringside? all officials to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. This is the place that you want to be, here at the 604 Ale House, where the X-1 World Events presents X-1 68, Battle at the Barracks 12. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming out to support your local fighters. And thank you so much to all of our sponsors coming out here tonight. Thank you to the 604. Thank you to the Infinity Life Center. Thank you to the Monster Energy and Monster Beast. Thank you to Wheatley Vodka. Thank you to Modelo Oro. Thank you to the exclusive MMA. Thank you to Loyalty Clothing. Thank you so much to the Oli Life Malama. Thank you to My Kind Grinds. Thank you to Run 'em Hard Clothing. Thank you to the Oahu Party Bus. Thank you so much to the Pipeline Cafe. Thank you to the Leeward Fight Shop. Thank you to RAM. And thank you to the Defense Security Alliance. And thank you so much once again to the Hawaiian Fight Gear, because only the best should be in your corner. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank our judges for being here tonight. Judge number 1, Mr. Mike Onzuka. Judge number 2, Mr. Kyle Takao. And judge number 3, Mr. J.N. Toki. Ladies and gentlemen, we would also like to thank our color commentator for tonight, Mr. Martin Day. Our DJ for tonight, DJ Tyrell. And our man in charge of the action, as soon as the bouts begin, referee Dean Faruta. As we move on to the first bout of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is a 120-pound bout in the X-1 World Events Amateur Women's MMA. Our first fighter is fighting for the Hybrid Boxing Forge Gym. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, Akari, AK-47 Wang.
Try to talk at the same time, and then tell us don't talk while these guys are talking. And then besides that, where it's pretty much on. All right, during the walk-up music, we can talk a little bit and stuff, but not when this guy's talking. Yeah, bro, it's good fun. Hey, Derrik, I didn't do it, but we're going to do it tonight. All right, here comes Akari Wong, age 39 years old with a record of 1 win and 4 losses. She is a striker, it looks like, kickboxing and Muay Thai. She listed as her background, and I'm always excited to see a striker. I'm here with Dewey Wheeler, and we're about to get this show started, guys.
Yes, sir. 1 win, 4 losses. Seems like he has experience, but like I said, hopefully we can turn that around tonight, guys, right?
Yeah, I've actually spent a little bit of time with Akari in the gym over at Hawai Elite MMA some years back, and it looks like she's fighting out of Honolulu, Los Angeles, and Japan, so she must be doing some traveling, going here and there, fighting out of Team Thunder.
We know those Japanese, man, they got some hard also, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of tough Japanese fighters out there. And again, I always like to see a striker in there. you know, me and you both coming from kickboxing backgrounds, striking backgrounds. It's always exciting to see a battle on the feet.
Yes, sir. And if you don't know, Martin is an awesome kickboxer, awesome trainer. I've watched Martin for years, and we've come up in the ranks for a long, long time. We've been fighting for years, so we know all about the stand-up.
Oh, yeah, man.
Our next fighter is fighting for the Winning Now Fight Club! Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, Mahina, Denis!
All right, here comes Mahina Denis, age 24 years old. This will only be her second fight here, as she says she's 0-1.
Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and boxing, yeah? They put wrestling first, so I'm assuming she's a wrestler, but making her way into the kickboxing world, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out here. She's her hometown is Kailua. She's way deep in the coast over there at Villanelle Boxing Club. Her coach is Bobby Davison. Bobby's been around for a while since me and you were fighting amateur kickboxing back in the day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think he was maybe a little after us, but he's been doing some good things with some of these guys out there.
A lot of old-time kickboxers are actually pouring into the younger up-and-comers nowadays, which is awesome. I think, you know, we can't hold all the knowledge in. We need to give back to the kids, and we can't take it to the grave with us, guys. Basically, we got to share our knowledge, and hopefully the next generation holds it down, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You gotta pay it forward, and you gotta, you know, get the next generation up, especially guys like us. You know, more so you than me, getting kind of old. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Don't remind me, my friend. Don't remind me.
I think I'm actually older than you.
Don't remind me.
Oh man, all right. Mahina Denis, 24 years old.
Oh yeah, I've actually watched her fight.
Once again, this bout is a 120-pound bout in the X-1 World Events Amateur Women's MMA Division. It will consist of 3 3-minute rounds. And the man in charge of the action as soon as the bouts begin, referee Dean Faruta. Good luck, ladies.
All right, I'm excited to see this one here. First fight of the night, opening up the card here at X1. All right, and we're off. Oh!
Ooh, strong strikes.
Yeah, they're wasting no time here. Mahina Davis is pressing into the clinch, pressing forward. Body shots by Denis. Akira Wong trying to get some knees off here in the clinch. Looks like she wants to break. Another good left knee there by Akira Wang. Akira Wang, sorry. Oh,
nice right hand.
Yeah, big right hand by Wang. Yeah, Denis is really pressing forward, but not really looking for like a takedown. She's kind of just like crowding Wang right now. Wang doing a good job here digging those underhooks. It'll be tough for Denis to get a takedown there.
Separate right here, separate. AK, separate.
Oh, good knee there by Denis. Oh. Yeah, this is a grueling fight so far. These girls are fighting. Nice 1-2 there by Wang. Those ones found a home, Nui.
Denis looks like she's
working for a takedown.
There you go.
I'd like to see Wang turn the other way, face the head, put the whizzer in, and start cross-facing or pushing her head down. And Denis here, she's in, but her posture is broken. It's going to be hard for her to finish.
Leg punches.
Try to separate the circle out of here.
Nice knee.
Nice, yeah. Nice knee on the break by Denis. Every time these breaks happen, Wang is landing some good straight punches, especially that right hand. But Denis is giving her very little space to work here. Yeah, I'd love to see Wang dig that left underhook. Bring her back up. Denis wants a takedown here.
Denis, you gotta get those hands behind those knees.
Yeah. Wang doing a good job of using those underhooks to bring Denis back up.
Circle here.
Yeah, good job there by Wang defending that takedown. Trying to create space, but Denis is just sticky right back in. That looked like a low knee, that one.
We don't gotta worry about the low blows, Mark.
I can't speak for that, but I think it does still hurt a little bit.
10 seconds.
Oh, nice strikes on the break.
Time! Put your hands together for your fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming out here at the
That was a grueling round for both fighters. I mean, it's tough to tell the winner of a round like that.
I think Wang looked like she wanted it more, but Denis, she said no, sir. She was trying to go for a takedown, but I would give that round to Wang.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with that. Being a striker, she looked like she was landing the cleaner shots for sure. But you know, you never know what the judges are looking at.
And guess what, guys? This commentator tonight is one of the judges, so we'll get it right tonight. Me and Martin will be the fourth and the fifth judges tonight. Yeah. Denis is ready to go. She's out. She's ready.
Yeah, she looks fit. She looks like she's in good shape. This is, again, a grueling fight. We're going to say, I think conditioning will become a factor here in these second and third rounds. Denis here in on a single. Let's see if she can capitalize. Oh, Wang gets the leg back down.
Suck. She got to suck it in. Oh, nice. Nice and heavy from Wang.
Yeah, Wang doing a good job of defending this single leg.
Separate, Akari, separate.
Yeah. Akari Wang's corner asking for her to separate and punch, but Denis applying that pressure, really moving forward, making it ugly, making it a dogfight inside. Denis does look to come out and strike momentarily, but I'd like to see her shoot a little bit lower towards the legs. She's working for that single leg again, but Wang doing a good job of defending, getting the hips back. Oh, little side kick there. Wang took a deep breath there. Oh. Denis looking for a trip here from almost getting the back.
Nice knee to the body.
Yep, yeah, Nui, those ones add up.
And the hook, one more knee. Nice to the body again. Oh.
Yeah, Denis is just bringing the pressure, man. It's hard to deal with someone who doesn't stop coming forward like that. Knees here in the clinch by Denis.
Posture up, AK, posture up.
Yeah, that was look like another low knee there.
Nice.
Yeah, Denis is leaning on Wang, making it really hard for her, and I'm starting to see Wang with some big deep breaths here. Let's see if her conditioning can push her throughout this round into the third.
Break off, Doug.
Every time Wang breaks, she lands good strikes. But Denis here again, relentless pressure in on a single leg once more.
Seems like every time Denis tries to go for that takedown, man, Wang's base is just too strong. She can't finish these takedowns.
Yeah. She hasn't been able to finish one yet, I believe. Oh, there's the first one. I spoke too soon.
There we go. That was more of a trip.
Yeah. Oh, and Wang's giving up her back here, eating some hammer fists.
Oh, Denis getting strong. Here come the gorilla punches.
Ref Dean is looking at this one carefully here. He might stop it. That's it.
Nice. Nice finish. That's how you finish strong.
Yeah, great job. Great job by Mahina Denis there, getting the finish in the second round. She really poured it on.
And like they say, ladies and gentlemen, it is not how you start, it's how you finish. Wayne came out firing shots, and Denis said nope, and she came in.
Fighters to the center of the cage. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your fighters once again. Coming out here and laying it all on the line. These ladies starting it off. And your winner of this bout after 2 minutes and 47 seconds into the first round. Referee stoppage. Fighting out of the red corner. Mahina Denis.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Mahina Denis scoring the finish in the second round. How are you feeling?
Good. I thought I was in trouble. I was like, "Oi, what's going on?" But I feel good.
Yeah, great job keeping the pressure in this fight. Was that the game plan to just move forward, create that pressure? What was the game plan coming into this fight?
Push her against the cage, right down the pipe, and go for the takedown over and over as much as I can. And be patient.
Mahina Denis, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give her a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is a 170-pound bout in the X-1 World Events Amateur MMA division. Our first fighter is fighting for the Hit Squad MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, Kalani Lingo.
But you know what?
Ooh. All right, here we go. Here comes Kalani Lingo, age 39 years old, record of 0-2, and you know, I'm a little bit biased. I'll try not to be during this. Kalani's a good friend of mine from my hometown in Kailua, and I work with him on striking on a regular basis. But Kalani's a big, strong guy, very explosive, very athletic. And his head coach coming out with him, Harris Sarmiento, is, you know, anyone in the fight community knows Harris, an absolute legend in what we do. Been around for a long time.
Very understandable, like I said. We all have friends, family. If you come from this side, of course, you got to support our local hometown fighters. I actually watched Kalani Lingo fight. I judged his fight the last event, and he did very awesome first round, almost TKO'd his opponent, but unfortunately he gassed out, and I'm assuming he came back and he has a fire in him this time, and he worked on his conditioning, and very powerful guy, man. Yes. I watched him and I was like, wow.
Yeah, I believe Kalani has made the necessary adjustments here to not let that happen again. I think there was a, you know, he kind of blew it all in the second round, and going into the second round, he was pretty gassed, and his camp here should have been able to make those necessary adjustments. Coming out of a very professional camp, out of Gracie, Kailua, and Hit Squad MMA, these guys are the real deal over there, producing some excellent fighters, including the main event tonight in Greyson Lee. And yeah, Kalani's a big, strong, athletic guy who today is much bigger than 170 pounds. He
looks like a bodybuilder, Mark.
Yeah.
He didn't lift them weights, bro.
This is a big, strong guy. And again, fighting out of Kailua, as you know, the best town in the world.
And here's opponent, our next fighter, fighting for the Molokai Hui. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, Keale O'Sullivan.
All right, here comes Keale O'Sullivan.
Oh, there's a first thing I see right off the bat. I see a big age gap. We got a record of 0-0 for Molokai. Now, this is where I don't get biased. My other half is from Molokai, and I know those Molokai boys are country, they're gritty. They don't have much to do there but train, hunt, and fish. So I'm excited to see this one, man.
Yeah, man. You've been involved in this event. You see a lot of these Molokai guys coming in strong. Molokai is producing some good talent right now, some hungry guys. And yeah, again, a big age gap here. So I'm looking forward to see how that plays out. This guy's Keale O'Sullivan fighting out of Molokai Hui. Really the only spot down there. If you've ever been to Molokai, you know why. Not a lot there, but these guys make it happen. Yeah, we've seen guys with some mentally tough fighters, some good wrestlers, and just some all-around gamers coming out of Molokai. What he loves about MMA is punching and kicking. I too enjoy this.
We're gonna see a lot of punching and kicking then tonight.
Yes, sir.
And Kalani brings the people and respect.
Yes, the people.
I like that.
The people and respect, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, you know, Kalani, he's a dad. He's got 3 awesome boys at home, and 39 years old versus Keale O'Sullivan, young guy, 21 years old. Kalani does look like the bigger guy here.
Once again, this bout is 170-pound bout of the X-1 World Events Amateur MMA Division. It will consist.
Yeah, Keale O'Sullivan looking a little more on the skinny fit side.
The action as soon as the bout begins.
Looks like he's ready to go.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Yeah, Kalani Lingo is probably in the high 180s to 190 pounds today as he did cut some weight, and I'm not sure if Keale O'Sullivan did. O'Sullivan on the lefty stance, southpaw, good check there by Lingo. And Kalani Lingo in that orthodox regular position, right hand back, leg kick miss. Another inside check by Kalani Lingo. Kalani being a lot more patient this fight than in the last one. I see that right off the bat. Good outside leg kick by O'Sullivan. Yeah, look for Lingo to throw that right hand when they time that leg kick. Ooh, big body kick by Lingo. That one was a loud one. Beautiful body kick. Looking for it again. Good job defending that takedown. Knees up the middle by O'Sullivan. Oh, big right hand by Lingo. He wanted the kill on that one. Another big kick there by Lingo. Just missed, just blocked. Yeah, Lingo with that real sideways stance. O'Sullivan a little more flowy. Nice teep. I like how Lingo's being patient here. Settling in. Oh, another big body kick. That one landed pretty clean.
Some body shots from Sullivan.
Lingo looking for the clinch here. Looking to land some knees. Lingo looks a lot stronger, man, in these positions. Just with the size. Lingo will look to, oh, good elbow there. And good right hand by Lingo. Lingo taking the center of the cage once more. Being patient. Inside leg kick missed. Ooh, good teep up the middle by Lingo. That one might have hurt him a little bit, Nui.
Sullivan, his mouth is open already.
Yeah. Oh, big right hand. Oh, he drops Lingo here.
Oh, nice one.
Oh, Lingo is dazed. O'Sullivan smelling blood. Lingo trying to get his wits back. O'Sullivan is swinging. O'Sullivan will be looking for that opening again.
Lingo is going to get his cobweb back.
Oh, Lingo landing some good right hands. Oh, man. This is a fight. Oh, another good right kick there by Lingo. And yes, Sullivan's got that mouth open.
Nice hand by Lingo. Sullivan looks Exhausted, eh?
Oh, big right hand by
10
Lingo.
seconds.
Oh, man, O'Sullivan, many men would have went down from that. Oh, man, O'Sullivan looks very tired. Hands down, mouthpiece is
Put
almost
your
falling out.
hands together for your Mahina!
If I'm in the corner, if I'm in the corner, Lingo, I'm telling you, 100.
For the X-1 World Events presents
Sullivan looks exhausted.
Yeah, O'Sullivan looks like his conditioning is lacking for sure.
And if I'm in Sullivan's corner, we all know what they say.
Once again,
Keep
to all of
your
our sponsors
hands
coming out
up
here
and
tonight.
mouth closed.
Thank you to the Only Life Malama. Thank you to the Defense Security Alliance. Thank you to RAM. Thank you to the Leeward Fight Shop, Pipeline Cafe, Oahu Party Bus, Run 'em Hard, My Kind Grinds, Loyalty Clothing, Hawaii Fight Gear, Exclusive MMA, Modelo Oro, Wheatley Vodka, Monster Energy. Corners out! Corners out! Monster
All
Beats,
right,
thank you
going
so
into
much
round
to
two.
the Infinity Life Center. Thank you once again to the
Got some breaths in. Looks like he's a little better.
Yeah, O'Sullivan had Lingo hurt real bad there for a second.
Lingo recovered fast, man.
round two. Fight!
Here we go. Both guys take center. Lingo moving forward slightly. Oh, big inside leg kick by Lingo.
Oh, big swing from both men. Oh, big swing.
Lingo is swarming.
Big right hand from Lingo.
O'Sullivan is hurt here. Oh, big right hand. O'Sullivan has a chin on him. That was a big, another big right hand. Oh, O'Sullivan taking some damage here. Referee's looking close at this one.
They ain't gonna stop this one.
And that's it.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for your fighter!
He wants to get bouncing, short and freaking headphones off. He's keeping it professional tonight. Yes, sir. Good win. Good win for Kalani Lingo tonight. He was hurt early, but recovery, man. He recovered quick and he came back and he finished strong. Awesome fight by both fighters, man. Takes a lot to get into this cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your fighters. Once again, coming out here laying it all on the line. Much props and credit goes to the doctors at ringside tonight. Would like to thank you so much, Dr. Pasquale and Dr. Paul Quinn. Fighters to the center of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, and your winner of this bout after 42 seconds in the second round via TKO, fighting out of the blue corner, Kalani Lingo!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Kailua boy, Kalani Lingo. Kalani, great job. You look strong in that fight. You look like you were a lot more patient, picking your shots. Talk about the fight. What was the game plan? And you had him hurt bad there in the second round. You did a good job capitalizing. Talk about the fight a bit.
First off, let's give it up for Keale O'Sullivan to come in here and to leave it all in the ring, to risk it all, to understand, to come in here and to give it your all, your heart. You're a warrior, brother. You're a warrior. We share a bond right now that nobody else. So, what was the question?
What was the game plan coming into this fight? You're very calm, very composed, big weight advantage, look like. What was the game plan coming in?
That was it, right there. Breathe, relax, stay calm, right? And take your time. Patience. Patience, try to see shots, see the opening, and then we'll take it to where it takes us.
Kalani Lingo, ladies and gentlemen.
Would like to say congratulations once again to Mr. Kalani Lingo. And thank you so much to Mr. Keale O'Sullivan for coming out here and putting it all on the line. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to the next bout of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a 140-pound bout in the X-1 World Events Amateur MMA Division. Our first fighter is a freelance fighter fighting out of Oahu, Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, Jonathan Ho'ohui Shoemaker.
Jonathan Ho'ohui Shoemaker, 18 years old, Nui. Just turned 8, I don't know when he turned 18, but...
That is, I ain't gonna say how old I am, or Martin, but 18 years old was some time ago, my friend.
I mean, I turned 18 recently. Just not as recently as you did.
Man,
no, more recently than you did.
18 and 19, man. What was that? Is some years ago, but hey, I guess we're starting off at a young age. We got a record of 0-0, kickboxer coming out of next to my hometown, Nanakuli.
Yeah, freelancer, but he has Boston Salmon in his corner, who is absolute beast, UFC veteran, and has fought all over the world. Boston is, you know, one of the best guys that's come out of Hawaii. So to have someone like that in your corner as a head coach is huge.
So now that I see Boston as his head trainer is actually from Mahina, and we all trained under the legendary coach Fred Pop Carrera, and
right.
God rest his soul.
Rest in peace. Yep.
He produced a lot of great boxers coming out of Mahina, man, and I'm excited to see what Jonathan has in store for us, man.
Yep. Coach Pop's an absolute legend, and so many good guys have come out under his guidance through the Waianae Boxing Club over there, including his coach, like we talked about, Boston Salmon. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. Jonathan Ho'ohui Shoemaker. All right, here we go. Shoemaker entering the cage here, getting checked by referee Dean Fruta.
Opponent! Our next fighter, fighting against his 140-pound X-1 amateur MMA bout. This fighter is fighting for the CJJF Leeward. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, Chase Ortiz!
Right up on that, as you hear here, that reminded me of our days in kickboxing when some people bring a crowd heavy, upbringing. Seems like Chase Ortiz has a big upbringing with him from Ever Beach.
Yep.
19 years old, 0-0. He's a kickboxer also.
Yeah, we're hearing some big noise here as Chase Ortiz comes out. Like you said, 0-0.
All the cameras are out recording, so we got a big following basis behind us here.
Yeah, now both guys, having a kickboxing background. I'm excited to see a striking back and forth battle here.
We got a little SMA going on today.
Yep, and so far we are 2 fights in tonight with 2 finishes. And so we'll see if we can keep that going here, going into the 3rd bout of the evening. Chase Ortiz being checked. Getting his water, doing his last check-ins with his cornerman.
Jonathan taking his last sips of water before it goes indoors closed.
Yep, and I see the legend himself in his corner there, Mr. Ronald John.
Mr. Ron John.
A legend himself in the MMA community since, when I was a little kid, watching that guy.
Grew up watching him and all of those legendary fighters, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier, Nui. These guys, they give back to us, and we give back to the next generation and so on. And now we got these young guys coming up, 18 and 19 years old. I mean, these kids are young enough to be your kids. Maybe not mine.
And like I said, time waits for nobody, guys. So that is just a perfect reminder of the market distance.
Once again, this bout is a 140-pound bout in the X-1 World Events Amateur MMA division. It will consist of 3-minute rounds and a minute charge of the action as soon as the bout begins. Referee, Dean Furuta. Good luck, gentlemen.
Both guys looking anxious here to get this thing going.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, here we go. Shoemaker coming out with a left kick and a right leg kick. Looking quick. Oh, spinning heel kick by Shoemaker. That was nice. And he's got his neck wrapped up here. Knees. Oh, good right hand by Shoemaker. Man, these guys are wasting no time. Shoemaker looks like he's got a little bit of taekwondo in his background, the way he moves his kicks like that.
Looks a little comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Duck under by Shoemaker, and yeah, Ortiz wrapped him up. He wants to choke, and he lets go. Ortiz abandons the guard, presses Shoemaker against the fence. I'd love Ortiz to get his head in position. Good frame there momentarily by Shoemaker. Shoemaker, it looks like he wants to break off the fence and get back to that striking range. Oh, his hands are together. Almost got him down, did Ortiz, but Shoemaker got him back up to the body lock position. Ortiz looking for a trip. He might get it. Oh, Shoemaker turned him around. Shoemaker turned Ortiz around, and now he's in a great position here on top in the half guard. I'd love to see Shoemaker circle him off the fence a little bit so that Ortiz cannot wall walk and use the fence to stand up. Shoemaker landing some punches here from on top, nothing big. Shoemaker's looking to advance position.
Looking to pass that.
Yeah, it looks like he wants that mount. And Ortiz doing a good job of getting back up.
Nice scramble.
Good sprawl by Shoemaker.
Ortiz going hard for that single leg.
Yeah, he wants that single leg, but Shoemaker looks like his balance is good, doing a good job defending the takedown. He's got those double underhooks now. It'll be tough for Ortiz to finish this takedown. Yeah, if Ortiz can get his head into the right position, he'll be able to pressure Shoemaker better against the fence. Shoemaker's able to break off. Oh, big shot and a sprawl. Great sprawl by Shoemaker. And a good shot, too.
Oh, man, Shoemaker's takedown defense, man. Looks like he's been working it.
Yeah. Oh, and Ortiz gets it.
10 seconds.
Beautiful work by Ortiz to finish that takedown. He worked for that one, and he got it.
Time! Put your hands together for your fighters!
Nice strong round from both fighters. Ortiz finished strong, but I would give that round to Mr. Shoemaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Stronger, more effective striker
Here at the 604 Ale House,
like I said, Ortiz,
where the X-1 World Events presents X-1 68, Battle at the Barracks 12. We'd like to say thank you all so much for coming out to support your local fighters.
Yeah, every
and
judge
thank you
is
so much to all of our
looking at something
sponsors
different.
coming out
Some
here
judges like the striking.
tonight.
I think me and you, if I were a
Thank you
judge,
once again
I'd
to the
favor
Only Life
striking.
Malama.
Some
Thank you
judges
to
looking
My
for
Kind Grind.
pressure, grappling.
Thank you to Run 'em Hard
So we'll see
Clothing.
what happens. But
Thank
again,
you
we
to the
haven't
Oahu
had a
Party
decision
Bus.
tonight
Thank you
yet.
to the Fed Security
And with
Alliance.
these guys' pace,
Thank
you never know
to
what can
Brad.
happen.
Thank you to the Leeward Fight Shop. Thank you to the Pipeline Cafe. Thank you once again to the Infinity Life Center. Monster Energy. Weekly Vodka. Modelo Oro. Corners out.
Yeah, he was switching
Corners
feet and
out.
to a spinning heel
Thank you
kick
so much for
early
the
in the
exclusive
first.
MMA. Thank you to Loyalty Clothing. And thank you to the Hawaiian Fight Gear. Because only the best should be in your corner.
Okay, here we go. Round 2. I think Ortiz will
Round
look
two.
for another
Fight.
takedown. He had some success there. Leg kick early by Shannon. He goes high. I like how Shoemaker mixes up his kicks low and high like that.
Ooh, that one, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was direct, my friend.
Yeah, direct shot.
Directly to the Jews. He's upset about that one.
Yeah, it happens.
And ladies and gentlemen, coming from the kickboxing, if you don't know, that does not feel well.
Not well at all.
Dean's gonna give him some time to recover here.
Yep, Shoemaker's got some time, but it looks like he's almost ready to get back down to business. All right, yep, looks like he's gonna start him back up. Oh, scissor leg kick there by Shoemaker and followed by a side kick. Oh yeah, very kick heavy, very snappy. Ortiz looking for a takedown here. He's got looked like he had double underhooks for a moment, but he doesn't. He's got a body lock.
Ortiz pressing strong against the fence here.
Yeah, but now Shoemaker has got the underhooks and turns him around, but Shoemaker's got some good head positioning here. They're pummeling into position here. Yeah, Ortiz is looking for that high single or maybe a high crotch lift. Shoemaker doing a good job of getting his leg on the outside. Yes, here Ortiz wants to get that leg in the middle so he can lift him or run the pipe, but Shoemaker is making it difficult. He also looks very lanky. You know, those taller guys, it's hard to take them down.
Most definitely. Look at you going for that trip.
Yeah, he's going for that trip. Oh, looks like he might get it here. Oh, good job. Great balance exhibited here by Shoemaker, but he's down.
Shoemaker gets
All right, let's see what Ortiz can do here on this position. Shoemaker's on the bottom in a half guard with a butterfly hook in. Ortiz on top. Shoemaker removes the butterfly, presses off the fence, and gets the reversal. Wow, great job.
nice pick off that fence.
Yeah, and Shoemaker does not want to be on the ground. You see, he could have put his hooks in there and stayed on the back, but he chose to let them go to stand up.
Nice knee from Shoemaker.
Oh, Ortiz looking for another takedown. Yeah, great job by Shoemaker on his defense of the takedown.
He got the back right here. Get one hook in.
This is a much better round, though, for Ortiz, in my opinion. He's having a lot more success in the grappling exchanges.
Definitely more active.
Yeah, a little more active. Back in the clinch here.
Oh, nice elbow from Shoemaker there.
Yeah, it's hard to see them from my angle here, but more work here up against the clinch, up against the cage.
Both fighters clinched up here.
10 seconds left here in the second round. Oh, Shoemaker's got his back, landing some punches in the back. Good right hand on the break.
Put your hands in the way of fighter!
Good round from
putting us out here once again here. At the 604 Ale
This could be a round apiece. This could be a round. Going into this third round, could be up for grabs here. This is the grappler versus striker situation.
And thank you to all of our sponsors coming out here tonight. Thank you to the 604 Ale House, the Infinity Life Center, Monster Energy, Monster Beats, Wheelie Vodka, Modelo Oro, Exclusive for MMA, the Hawaii Flight Gear, Loyalty Clothing, Holy Life Malama, My Kind Grinds, Run Apart Clothing, the Oahu Party Bus, White Light Cafe, Neighborhood Flight Shop, Ram, and the Defense Security System.
That was a good round from both
We'd also like to say thank you so much to our doctors at ringside. Corners out! Corners out!
Yeah, Jonathan Shoemaker is doing a good job of defending those takedowns, but he needs to break free or get back in the open.
Ortiz is relentless though, man. He doesn't look like he's tiring. Looks like he's conditioning is going good.
Yes, both guys look prepared, conditioning, in good shape. Oh, good left hook followed by a right hand. Oh, nice 1-2 by Shoemaker. Oh, and Shoemaker clinches this time. That might have been a mistake there, Nui. I think he's having good success on the outside striking.
Usually when guys clinch up, you know, it's indication, right? We're either exhausted or we're trying to buy some time here.
Maybe.
Ortiz is going in strong on a single leg.
Yep, trying to get an outside sweep here is Ortiz. Shoemaker doing a good job of pummeling in for the underhooks.
I'm impressed, man. Every time Ortiz has backed him up against the fence, he hasn't been able to complete his takedown.
Yeah, Shoemaker's doing a good job here defending these takedowns. And they're back in the open. Oh, good shot again by Ortiz, but stuffed. Another stuffed shot. Great job by Shoemaker. And you know, for me as a striker, seeing the defense of the takedowns is big. It should be just as big as being able to score a takedown. And he's defended a lot of takedowns so far in this fight.
And that's what we do as strikers, right? That is our first thing we train, right? When we go against...
Ortiz is looking for some jiu-jitsu in this here. Good job by Ortiz.
Ortiz got his back here. Oh, Ortiz got the hooks in. Looking to control that. Looking to taking that wicked. Oh! Shoemaker turns into it.
Shoemaker turned back in and is landing ground and pound now from the top. Oh, big right hand by Shoemaker. And Shoemaker lets Ortiz back up.
Ooh.
Oh, he was gonna spin right there. Good job, Denis.
They might want to watch out there. Ortiz is exhausted here.
And Shoemaker wanted to step into the mount, but Ortiz grabbed his leg on the way. Oh, he was punching on the top here. Oh, that was some hard punches landed by Shoemaker. Shoemaker might be looking for a choke here with a Darce choke. Looks like he's sneaking that right arm through. Oh, maybe not. Oh, big hammer fist right there by Shoemaker. No more big hammer fists from on top. This so far is Shoemaker's round. Scoring some points, getting some damage.
seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah, Shoemaker's going to work here on top. More hammer fists. Ooh, big hammer fist there. Look at that. That's a lot of hammer fists.
Oh, put your hands together for your
Let go. Yeah.
Let's go, hey! Let's go!
Fighters to the center of the cage. Fighters to the center of the cage. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your fighters once again. Coming out here, laying all on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, after careful deliberation by your judges, the winner of this bout, due to a unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner,
Jonathan, come. We're here with the winner here, guys. Jonathan Shoemaker, congratulations, bro. Right from the beginning, man. You started off fast, landing some strong kicks, some strong stand-up. Tell me what was the game plan going into this fight?
Just knew he was on jiu-jitsu, kid, and I knew that the way I was going to win this fight was from striking, and yeah.
Hey, man, and last thing, this guy took this fight on 3 days' notice. And man, you're a warrior, man. Congratulations. You want to make a shout-out to anybody?
My coaches, Coach Boston Salmon, Coach Matt, Coach Jonah, Coach Arnold, my teammates. Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, Jonathan Shoemaker, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, bro.
Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say congratulations once again to Mr. Jonathan Shoemaker. And thank you so much once again to Chase Ortiz for coming out here and putting it all on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to the next bout of the evening, our next bout is a 170-pound bout in the X-1 World Events Amateur MMA Division. Our first fighter is fighting out of the UFC Gym Keale. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, Antonio Jose Rican.
Raquel.
Man, Raquel. Okay.
Antonio Jose Raquel from UFC Gym Keale. Also a young fighter, 19 years old, 0-0.
Making his
Fighting
debut.
style, he says K1. Whoa. I'm excited here, guys. K1, he says.
Yeah, and what does he love about MMA? Punching and kicking again. And again, I too love to punch and kick, so it's good. Yeah, hometown of Kalihi. Good walkout song.
he is representing that UFC gym strong. Got his UFC gym shirt coming out there.
This is an amateur 170-pound fight. And, you know, a lot of guys at this level, they don't cut a lot of weight, so I think that's why we see such big weight differences, like we saw earlier with Kalani Lingo and his opponent. But we'll see here. Antonio Raquel here, 19 years old, 170 pounds. And for those of you that are just tuning in, these are mixed martial arts rounds, three-minute rounds.
I think this is the first for me, Mark. I don't know a lot of guys that compete out of the UFC gym itself.
Yeah, you know, it's a kind of more of a freelance situation. I feel like, yeah, you know, because anyone can just go to the UFC gym and train, right?
You don't need to remind me of that.
Our next fighter, fighting in this 170-pound X-1 Road Events Amateur MMA bout. This fighter is fighting for the Technics MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, Dylan
Cabral. I've spent some time with Dylan in the gym over at Gracie Techniques, where I did a lot of MMA training when I was still fighting, as well as my jiu-jitsu currently. I've spent some time on the mat with Dylan. Very well-rounded, good Muay Thai, good jiu-jitsu. He's 31 years old, has an official record of 1-1.
So right off of the bat here, of course, we see Martin the age gap, but I guess there's no difference in experience. Dylan is 1-1 here, fighting style Muay Thai, BJJ, fighting out of YPO, Technics MMA with you guys, of course, and Mr. Ivan Flores and Rylan Lazarus, very creditable trainers.
Yep, absolutely. Both guys. This is, of course, Max Holloway's camp with Ivan Flores and Rylan Lazarus and Dylan Cabral, and has spent a ton of time on the mats. He gets a lot of on the mats with Max Holloway, getting a lot of rounds with him and a lot of work with him. So you're only going to get better with that high level of a guy pushing you on a regular basis. And yeah, you know, we do have a big age difference here. 31 years old is Dylan Cabral versus Antonio Jose Raquel at only 19 years old. Just right off the bat, though, before Dylan Cabral enters the cage, it does look like he's got a pretty big height advantage. I guess we'll see when they're face-to-face here in just a moment.
And that, of course, I think that plays a role in the fight game also. It can be a good and a bad thing, you know, when you got a lot of great UFC fighters and guys that have competed and are much more experienced than you in the gym, you know. It boosts your confidence a little more than it should.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. If anything, it's a big confidence builder because you're able to move with these guys and maybe have some success with them, and that can transfer over into the fight. And yeah, coming in, he's a tall guy, and I knew that. Looks like he'll have a big height advantage coming into this fight.
All right. Ooh, we got Eyes of the Tiger here.
Oh yeah, Dylan Cabral's got that look in his eye.
He looks like he's ready to go.
In the X-1 Road Events Amateur MMA Division.
He didn't come here for to shake hands.
Rounds. And the man in charge of the action as soon as the bouts begin. The referee, Denis. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, round one. Oh, good 1-2. Followed by a hook. Dylan Cabral's got him down early. Landing some good punches. Oh, this one might be done early here. Oh, he's on his back. He is on his back. This one might be a short night, Louis. Dylan Cabral with a good squeeze. And it is over.
fighter. Once again, put your hands together for your fighters. Fighters to the center of the ring. Fighters to the center of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, and your winner of this bout after 21 seconds in the first round by a rear naked choke, fighting under the red corner,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Mr. Dylan Cabral. You just made a short work of that opponent. That was a quick fight. You came out, wasted absolutely no time. Was that the game plan coming into this one? Just put the pressure on early? Talk a little bit about what was going through your head during this fight.
Honestly, I just saw it. It just all happened. Every moment I saw openings and stuff, I just took it.
Yep, you looked really dialed in, really focused, and again, you wasted no time. Is there anything else that you want to say to your fans, coaches, or anything?
Yeah, I do. I want to thank God. I want to thank my girlfriend, Amber, for everything she does for me. My family, my teammates, my coaches, X-1 for the opportunity, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Dylan Cabral, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say congratulations once again to Mr. Dylan Cabral, fighting out of Great Techniques MMA. And thank you so much once again to Mr. Antonio Jose Recruel for coming out here and putting it all on the line. As we move on to the next bout of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a 145-pound bout in the X-1 World Events Amateur Kickboxing Division. This bout will consist of 3 2-minute rounds. Our first fighter. This fighter is a freelance fighter from Oahu, Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, Anthony Freakin Rican Sierra.
Anthony the Freakin Rican Sierra. 3-0. This is a kickboxing fight. Anthony Sierra is 30 years old, from Anchorage, Alaska.
Wow. Yeah, he made a travel.
Yeah, but I think he is from Hawaii. I mean, I'm not sure. But he might have some Hawaii ties. Again, I'm not sure. But I know he's also got a little bit more experience besides 3-0 and other striking. He might have some boxing fights, maybe even MMA. But this, for the fans tuning in right now, this is a kickboxing fight. Kickboxing here, there's punches, kicks, leg kicks, and no knees in the clinch. So you have to let go to knee or have one hand wrapping up your opponent to knees, K1 style, and absolutely no elbows. This is a 145-pound kickboxing fight.
Ooh, right up me and Martin's alley.
Yep. I love a good kickboxing fight. I wish there were more. And yeah, so I'm excited to see this one. Anthony Sierra is a tall kid. And yeah, looking forward to seeing this one here. Anthony Sierra getting checked, getting Vaselined up by our cut man, Mr. Bryson Bolohau. All right, the Freakin Rican. I love the nickname.
He must be Puerto Rican.
He just might. Yeah, Anthony Sierra, he's very tall.
Looks like comfortable here, you know, flowing in his state.
And his opponent, our fighting in his 145-pound X-1 World Event amateur kickboxing bout. This fighter is fighting for the Hilo Boys MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, Uriyah Superfly Elaban.
All right, so for Uriyah Elaban, I've been training Uriyah since he was about 4 years old. And he recently moved to the Big Island, where he's now under the training of Chris Cisneros, a legend in the sport. And Uriyah Elaban says here that he's 1-0, but he actually has a lot of kickboxing and boxing experience at under 18 years old. Now that he's 18, his record is 1-0, but under 18, he's got a ton of experience. This kid, mark my words, Nui, is the future of Hawaii striking.
It's funny you say that, Martin, because I actually got to watch him fight firsthand. I got to judge one of his fights here in Hawaii, where he fought under the Rising Kings, I believe, kickboxing event at the Blaisdell, and I believe he was the main event. And man, that was an awesome fight.
Yes.
And yes, Martin, I have to agree with you. Uriyah Superfly Elaban.
Yeah.
Man, he looks like he has some Taekwondo background going. Man, he comes in with that kickboxing skirt. Man, he came in flying like he was ready to go.
Yep, he's got that. He does a great job of integrating his Taekwondo kicks with the boxing. His boxing is very, very crisp. Great combinations, goes to the body, head movement, his fight IQ. This kid is the real deal. He doesn't stop training. He's always in the gym. He lives and breathes this stuff. And he's got a great attitude. He's very teachable, very humble. Fighting out of Hilo. Again, with Hilo Boys MMA under Chris Cisneros by way of Kailua, as I mentioned earlier, the best town in the world.
We're gonna go on. We're gonna get into this subject again. So, like I said, we have a East Sider and a West Sider, guys. Very prideful, as I can see. Martin loves his Kailua town. I come from the home. The best is the West, of course. I come from where Matt Calloway resides, Y&I. But, you know, real recognize real. We have respect for each other. We just love to fight, man. We're some scrappy guys out there.
Yeah, we love to fight.
I'm excited about this bout. Anything can happen in a fight, guys. Remember that.
All right, we have a big height advantage here by Anthony Sierra. Uriyah Elaban looks a little more thick.
Can't wait for this one to get started, guys. Both fighters look like they're anxious and ready.
Let's look for Uriyah Elaban to get in the inside, work the body. And these are, I believe, 2-minute rounds here for kickboxing. Nice kicks here early by Anthony Sierra, looking to utilize that range. Good inside leg kick by Sierra, circling to his left. Yeah, Uriyah Elaban looking for that opening to come forward. Good inside leg kick. Looks like shin on shin there. Nice teep there by Elaban.
Nice inside kick again.
Yeah, look for Elaban to blitz in at some time here. He'll look for his timing. Nice block by Elaban. Great kick. Both guys feeling each other out here on the outside. Oh, that one found a home a little bit by Sierra. Spinning back kick by Sierra, misses. Outside leg. Oh, and Sierra goes high. That was a nice question mark kick by Anthony Sierra.
Get up, get up,
Good body kick. Inside leg kick by Elaban. Sierra looks like he's scoring here on the outside. I'd love to see Elaban get him move forward. Use that boxing.
I think Elaban should close the distance here. You don't ever want to be on the outside with a longer fighter, of course.
I agree. Oh, good spinning back kick, partial land.
He heard what we said.
Yep, good job by Elaban there, close some distance.
Nice.
I'd like to see him come in with some more punch combinations, Nui.
Yeah, usually with the lankier fighters, you want to kind of make the fight a little uglier because, you know, they want to keep you at the end and end of their punches and kicks, of course.
Yeah, yeah. And you see some redness here on the side of Uriyah Elaban from just a couple body kicks landed early by Sierra.
There you go.
Yeah. Now Elaban's putting on some pressure.
Put your hands in the ring,
Yeah, that was a good round. Sierra did a good job though of keeping him at that kicking range and landed some good kicks.
That was a good round by both fighters, I agree. Anthony Sierra keeping Uriyah at bay a little bit early in the round, landing a couple good kicks. But Elaban, man, closing the distance towards the end of the round. And,
thank you so much to the Infinity Life Center.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Uriyah Elaban put that kind of pressure on earlier in the round now. I think he needs to see some urgency here, possibly being down a round. And Uriyah Elaban has the gas tank to put that type of pressure on for longer periods of time. So I'd like to see that happen throughout this second round.
Yes, sir, indeed. I'm assuming Chris in his corner saw that and they need to be a little anxious here in this round. And, you know, that was a feeling out process for the first round. And like I said, I think Uriyah needs to come in and make it ugly this round.
All right, I think that's what we're going to see here. He's already coming forward a little bit more.
Nice.
Good kick there by Elaban. I'd love to see Uriyah Elaban step to his right and kind of cut off the cage.
Yes.
And not allow Sierra to circle so much.
Don't follow him.
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, spinning back fist by Sierra landed pretty good just then.
Oh, again. Oh, right.
Good combination there by
Elaban. Both fighters are mad now. Firing, they're firing.
Sierra's doing a good job of tying Elaban up when he gets on the inside. Nice inside leg kick by Elaban. Yeah, I'd love to see Uriyah step to the right here and stop that circle motion going. And Sierra's good at that body kick. He keeps going back to it. Oh, there you go. Nice. There's Elaban blitzing in again. And again, there's Sierra kind of tying up and kind of nullifying that blitz of Elaban when he gets on the inside.
Got a little blood on the lip of Elaban here. It's not stopping him from pressing. Nice kick from Elaban.
Yeah, Elaban is putting on some heat here. Yeah. Elaban knows what he needs to do, and he looks like he's doing it this round.
Yeah, nice.
Nice kick there. Nice leg kick by Elaban. Sierra's taking a few deep breaths here.
Looks like he let his foot off of the gas a little, you know.
Yeah. Good inside leg kick, 10 seconds here. Elaban looking to explode forward with a combination.
And strong hand from Elaban. Strong hand.
Oh, Elaban with a good right hook.
Strong hand from Elaban. Strong hand.
Sierra just looked at us and kind of gave us a little smirk.
Does he want me or Martin to go in there? We're just kidding. We're commentators tonight, guys. As Martin said, you know, his fighting is, I think, beside him. But man, that was a good round. Better round for Elaban. Both fighters landing good punches and kicks. Elaban a little bit more action, a little bit more activity from him this round.
Yep, and I think this round's really going to come down to who can implement what they need to do. Sierra had success in the first round with the range, and Elaban had some success moving forward. And let's see which guy can do that some more.
Would also like to say thank you so much once again to the Defense Security Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we enter the third and final round.
Third and final round for these fighters here. Nice body kick.
Elaban's already pressuring him again. Coming forward. Nice teep by Sierra. Oh, that landed. That landed, Nui.
Elaban looked like he walked through that one. Oh, he's coming. A little anxious.
Oh, another good body kick. Good combination by Elaban coming forward. Good inside leg kick again by Elaban. Elaban dodging a few kicks. Oh, Elaban looking for some combos here. I want to see Elaban get those combinations in when he's on the fence. Spinning back kick. Left hook just missed there. Grazed Sierra a little bit. He likes that question mark kick. Yeah, broken up from the clinch position. Elaban back to work. Oh, another good combination by Elaban. A lot of clinching here on the inside by Sierra this round. Yeah, Elaban is putting the pressure on. Nice kick. Oh, another good kick, good return kick from Sierra.
Both fighters trying to finish strong here. Sierra looks like he's pinching up.
10 seconds for these guys, 10 seconds. Elaban's putting the gas on, let's go. Yeah. All right.
As we wait on the judges' deliberation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us out here once again. Here at the 604 Ale House. For the X-1 Road Events presents X-1 68. Battle at the Barracks 12. We'd like to say thank you so much for coming out here. Good job to both of these gentlemen as we wait on judges' deliberation. Fighters to the center of the cage. Fighters to the center of the cage. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your fighters once again. And the winner of this 145-pound X-1 Road Events amateur kickboxing bout, due to a split decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Anthony Freakin Rican Sierra. We'd like to say congratulations once again to Anthony Sierra. Thank you so much to Mr. Uriyah Superfly Elaban.
All right. We're here with the guy. We're here with the winner, guys. Anthony Sierra. Coming all the way from Alaska, man. Right from the beginning, man. Looks like you had him at your reach. Look like you were using your length and you know, some spinning back kicks and back fists going on. Tell us what was your game plan going into this fight?
Coming into this fight, I knew Uriyah was a banger. He's a young kid. He's freaking been training for a while. I know he has a belt. Honestly, I was told that he had one fight coming into this, so at first I was like, oh, I got this. Went on his page. Next day, his page was private, so I saw his picture. But yeah, no, the kid's good. Keep your head up, Uriyah. Keep training hard. You're going to be a future champion, man. Thank you, everyone, for coming through.
Oh, it looks like we got the champ here. He's in the ring, guys. What's going on here? What's going on, Chris? What's going on?
Going good, going good.
I'm assuming Chris is in here, man. I guess you're the next one in line. You guys got the eyes for each other. What's going on?
Yes, sir. I definitely want to fight for that belt soon. I want to honestly get a couple more fights. I haven't been fighting for like 4 or 5 years. So let me get a couple more. And I need to make sure I'm staying at 145 because this was a hard weight cut for me. But I do want to challenge you for that belt. So if I'm feeling good, definitely coming for that, brother. But keep it up, and you're a good fighter, and nothing but respect, man.
Any words for the challenger, Chris?
Congrats on the fight, but he gonna need more than that. That's all I can say.
All right, guys. Looks like we got a fight. We got a face-off here. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say thank you so much and congratulations once again to Anthony Freakin Rican Sienna. We'd like to say thank you so much once again to Mr. Uriyah Superfly Elaban. We know we'll see you soon. As we move on to the next bout of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a 115-pound bout in the X-1 World Events Amateur Women's MMA. Our first fighter is fighting for the Fight Ready MMA Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, Genesis Cejudo.
Ella lo que quiere que la ponga en 4K.
Sister of Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo, of course, UFC champion, Triple C, Olympic gold medalist in wrestling, and this is Henry Cejudo's sister, coming from all the way from Phoenix, Arizona here. Wow. And she's got a Kailua boy in her corner, Kamana Ruiz, her head coach. Again, man, breeding some special people out of that place. I don't know what it is, but it's got to be something in the water.
And like Martin said, man, she made her travel. Arizona, 5 hours away. Very, very hot state, I know that. But I'm guessing she's trying to bring that heat to Hawaii. Obviously, if she is a sister of Henry Cejudo, I would like to think they did a little, you know, family bonding and some wrestling at home. So
I would imagine. I would imagine so. I mean, if she says her fighting style is wrestling, she could be pretty scary if she's been doing it for as long as that guy has.
That, and like I said, if your brother is an Olympic, now not just collegiate, we're talking Olympic gold medalist, you know, like I said, she must have had some good practice at home.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in the Olympics, you're already a different kind of human being. But when you are medaling, you know, and gold medaling, yeah, this is you're another level of human being. And yeah, so here we have Genesis Cejudo getting ready to enter. Again, 21 years old, making her MMA debut. Here she comes, getting checked by referee June Fruta. And I am excited for this one. What she loves about MMA is the grind and the climb.
Opponent! Our next fighter, fighting in the 115-pound X-1 World Events Amateur Women's MMA Division. This fighter is fighting for the Technics MMA! Ladies and gentlemen, fighting at the red corner,
Sarah Keemer out of Gracie Technics. I've spent a ton of time with Sarah in the gym. She helps to coach some of the kids' classes and classes in general for jiu-jitsu. She's a well-rounded fighter. She's got a good ground game. She's a purple belt under Rylan Lazares. She's a striker, Muay Thai out of Gracie Technics and Legacy Muay Thai with Ivan Flores. And yeah, I've been able to spend a ton of time with Sarah over a decade of training with her over at Gracie Technics. And again, she's coming out with Rylan Lazares and some top guys in her corner.
So I'm excited to see this one. I mean, she says it's striking Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu against a wrestler, basically a It looks like a stand-up versus striker type of stand-up versus a grappler type of matchup. But like how Martin said, she's also a purple belt under Ryan Lazarus, who is a very creditable jiu-jitsu coach, of course. He's a black belt himself, been competing in jiu-jitsu for a long time here in Hawaii, and I'm excited to see how this one goes, man. The age gap is a little different, but
yeah, we're dealing with a big age gap here. Anyway, we got Sarah here is the elder of 21 years, coming in at 42 years old. So she's on the tail end of her fighting career, where we have Genesis Cejudo here coming in fresh. You know,
very old. Yes.
Yeah.
In the beginning of her career, right?
Yeah, and you know, I'm interested to see what kind of difference in the performance that plays, or if any. You know, you never know. So we'll see.
Anything can happen. And I've been, man, fighting all of these years, man. Anything can happen in a fight. It doesn't matter what you have on paper. When you're in that ring, anything can happen. One punch can change a fight. One wrong move can change a fight. So it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what you did. It always matters what you're doing in that cage, right? So,
yeah. And, you know, speaking of corners here, Genesis Cejudo not only has Kamano Ruiz in her corner, but also Kevin Natividad, who's a UFC veteran, originally, I believe, from IAL. And
I've watched Kevin compete, I believe, back in his younger days. I believe he competed against one of my good friends, Brandon Mina, who is also a creditable wrestler here in Hawaii.
I believe I saw that fight also. Yeah.
So that was a good fight also. So we got experience all the way around.
Once again, his bout is 115-pound bout in the X-1 relevance amateur women's MMA division. It will consist of three 3-minute rounds. And the man in charge of the action as soon as the bouts begin, referee Denis. Good luck, ladies. Round one. Fight.
All right, here we go. Round one, 115 pounds, and Cejudo wasting no time, coming forward right away with feints and small level changes. Double jab right hand by Cejudo. Kimura up the middle with a teep from her back leg.
Cejudo her base looks strong, man. That's a wrestling base, definitely, but she ain't scared to strike here.
Yeah, good shuck by with the right hand there. When
coming in a little anxious.
Yeah, she's looks very anxious, very twitchy. No takedown attempts yet by Cejudo, just punches and kicks, some small level changes. But she looks strong and she looks explosive, Nui.
Very much so.
Yeah, looks like they're settling in here, coming into this midway into the first.
Not to be biased here, but of course you would expect that from the younger fighter, you know.
Yeah.
All gas, no brakes. Kimura here looks like she's a little bit more tentative, but she's holding her own.
Yeah, Kimura there is throwing that teep with the rear leg, and Cejudo's doing a good job of shucking it by and throwing that big right hand.
Man, Cejudo looks like she's coming in to fight.
Good head positioning here from Cejudo, knees up the middle. And she breaks. You know, I was expecting more takedown attempts here, but it looks like she's having some success in finding her rhythm on the feet is Cejudo. Another teep with her back leg from Kimura. Ooh,
nice
high kick. Comes off the arm of Kimura. I'd love to see Sarah Kimura get off first a little bit here.
Kimura still looks like she's trying to figure it out. She's in a feeling out process here.
Yep, good defense there by Kimura. Keeping a high guard.
Maybe waiting for the younger fighter to tire out a little.
Maybe. Yeah. Cejudo's definitely a lot more active here. First to the strike on most exchanges. And you know, that says a lot, Nui, when you're constantly being first in the exchanges. It says a lot, in my opinion, for the judges' eyes.
Of course, you know, activity is always key in any judge's eyes, right? You know, they want to see basically, you know, who's here to fight and who's here to, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a level of activity, the volume, punches and kicks. Yeah, and she's also holding the center very well. Oh, what a big body shot. That was a big body shot. We heard that one right through the headset.
10 seconds.
Ooh. Cejudo trying to finish strong there.
Oh, good leg kick by Cejudo. Kimura talking about returning.
Put your hands together for your fighters as we enter the second round of this bout. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Here at the 604 House.
Good, strong round from both fighters.
Battle of the Barracks 12.
Cejudo here coming in, man. She's all guns blazing. She came in hot, but Kimura holding her ground, man.
Thank you to the 604.
Yep, we're going to see what kind of adjustments Kimura can make coming into this second round.
Kimura's holding her ground, and she won't go easy. She's letting Cejudo know that she's here to fight, and she will not be
Thank you so much to the Defense Security Alliance.
taken easy.
Yep, absolutely.
Corners out! Corners out! Ladies and gentlemen, be advised, after this bout, we will be taking a brief intermission.
Okay, round two, here we go. Let's see if Sarah Kimura can get some shots off here, maybe start some exchanges early in this second round.
Cejudo starting off with some strong kicks. Oh, nice hands from Cejudo. Punch to kick combo, man.
Beautiful combination.
Cejudo looking like a kickboxer instead of a wrestler here.
I like how she's finishing with that kick there every time too, Nui. She's got a good right kick and a good right hand on her.
And if everybody doesn't know, in the stand-up game in kickboxing, we always say punch to kick, kick to punch.
A little bit of a lull in action here, but then again, Cejudo first here to the punch almost every time. Back leg up the middle. Sarah Kimura returns, but a little bit of a miss. Yeah, Cejudo's just really putting some bad intentions behind those punches, you know, really.
Definitely, but hasn't been able to land clean yet, man. Like I said, Kimura is here to stay, man. Her hands are up, and she's letting Cejudo know she will not go easy.
Yep, she is not going down without a fight. She is very tough. Kimura's taking some shots, and she's in this fight. She's here. She is now moving forward. And Cejudo pressing back. Cejudo doing a good job of going to the body there.
Nice, yes. You want to open up those head shots. You want to open it up with that body.
That's right. Good leg kick there by Sarah Kimura, followed by a right hand by Cejudo.
Oh, nice combination from Cejudo.
Nothing clean though quite yet, like you said. She's landed some shots, but I think if she lands one of those big punches really clean, we might need to see some damage.
But like I said,
oh, she fainted the takedown there.
Hard to do that, man, because like I said, Kimura, she has nice defense. Hands high. Less activity, but like I said, you know.
Great defense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Cejudo fainted some takedowns there early. I'd love to see, you know, what her wrestling looks like if she feels like going in for a takedown or a shot. She does a good job of following up after her kicks as well.
Nice. Oh, feigning the takedown again.
Yeah, little takedown feint, kind of reaches her arms a little bit and then goes back up high for strikes. 10 seconds here in the second round. Cejudo might be looking to land something hard in the end of this second.
Oh, nice body kick.
Time! Put your hands together for your fighters!
Good round again.
Third and final round.
Good round again from both fighters, but you know, it seems almost the same. Cejudo is a little bit more anxious, and Kimura is a little bit more on the defensive here. I think Kimura needs to get more active in this last round, and yeah, I would love to see what Cejudo's wrestling look like, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, you know, I was expecting her to be a little more active with the wrestling, but again, Sarah Keemer is, you know, a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and she's very good on the ground. And so, you know, with the success that Cejudo is having on the feet, she might just want to keep it there. But we'll see what goes on here in this third round.
Yes, sir. A fight is still a fight. Anything can happen, guys. And as we always say, it is not how you start, it is how you finish.
Round 3, fight!
All right, we are going into round 3.
Ooh, heavy right hand from Cejudo. Still active in this third and final round.
Yep, she's still light on the feet. She's still explosive. She looks like she's in good shape, as well as does Sarah Keemer. Both girls are here to fight. Again, a little feint of that takedown. You see that?
I'm surprised here. Looking on paper, like I said, she says that she's a wrestler, but it looks like she could have taken many of shots, but she decided to stay on the feet here, I guess. She wants to showcase her stand-up skills.
Yeah, yeah. And she might just be kind of, you know, seeing that she's having so much success, so she's like, you know, might as well.
Maybe she's putting wrestling on paper, but she really is a striker, you know? So
yeah.
You never know.
She could be just writing that last name, you know?
And it looks like it, because her striking is nice and clean tonight,
very
man.
clean. But, you know, her stance in the beginning of this fight, and even now, look like a wrestler's stance, very wide and low. Oh, there it is.
Oh, here it is. First takedown of the night.
But it's stuffed. And Sarah Keemer here is trying to wrap up her neck, but she stuffed that takedown.
Knees to the body here from Cejudo. Oh, nice knee from Keemer.
Good job, yeah, good job on the break.
Keemer is not going easy, man. She is here to stay.
She is here to fight. You can see it in her eyes. She's still in this fight. But the time is winding down here, and Cejudo has been the aggressor thus far. Nice good outside leg, partially checked there. It looked like it landed on the knee a little bit. And she goes up high. Oh, big overhand right with a miss.
Ooh, she's going for that Shohei Ohtani right hand.
That was a slip. That punch actually missed. It went on the arm of Sarah Keemer.
Back up to the feet they go. Cejudo wants no ground.
It must be in the game plan for Cejudo not to go to the ground on this one.
It would make sense. Keemer is a purple belt.
Yeah, but that right hand there landed by Cejudo. That was a nice right hand over the top.
Corner yelling in the corner of Keemer here. Need more action.
If Cejudo tightened up a little bit on the inside, those would land. But they're a little wide.
Oh, here we go.
Cejudo is getting after it with this 10 seconds pressing forward.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Great fight.
As we wait on the judges' deliberation. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say thank you all so much for coming out here to the 604 AO House. For the X-1 World Events presents X-1 68, Battle at the Barracks 12.
Yeah, I know. Sure.
Fighters to the center of the ring. Fighters to the center of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love once again for these ladies coming out here, laying it all on the line. Ladies ladies and gentlemen, and your winner of this bout, due to careful deliberation by the judges, your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Genesis Cejudo.
All right. I am here, ladies and gentlemen, with the winner, Genesis Cejudo. Congratulations. I got word that the last name Cejudo. They said you are the sister of Henry.
I'm the niece.
Well, this is Henry Cejudo's niece. They said you're a wrestler. Man, we didn't see no wrestling today. Man, that stand-up was looking great, awesome. Right from the beginning round, you came out strong and hard. What was the game plan coming into the fight tonight?
Honestly, just a scrap. You know, everyone thinks I'm a wrestler, but thank you, Kalani, thank you, Kevin, for my striking.
And that's what we love to do in Hawaii, ladies and gentlemen. We love to see a good scrap, and we love to scrap. Congratulations. Give it up for Genesis Cejudo, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say congratulations and thank you so much to Ms. Genesis Cejudo. And thank you so much once again to Ms. Sarah Keeter for coming out here and putting it all on the line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, be advised at this time we will be taking a 20-minute intermission. All right, guys, we got some free stuff. If you guys like to get free stuff, let me hear you make some noise. Come on, guys. Whoever makes the loudest noise. Whoever makes the loudest noise. Come on. Come on. We got 2 more shirts. 1 more shirt. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us out here. We're going to be putting up some music, getting you back into the groove. Right now it's about 9:15. We also have one signed from Boston Savage. All right, guys, check this out. It's pretty much going to be the same thing as last night. The first pair of gloves that are going to be picked up from Boston Salmon. Anybody that can give us an ID real quick of a birthday closest to today. Anybody can beat January 9th. What's today's date? Hey, read it out to me. November 17th. November 19th. What's today's date? 22nd. Closest is the 19th so far. Anybody can beat that? No? 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 Hey, wait. You got what, 19? You cannot pass. What is it? Yesterday. Whoa. Anybody can beat yesterday? Whose birthday is today? All right. Looks like we got a winner. Yesterday's birthday. Open his gate. Open the gate. What's your name, young lady? Amber, congratulations, Amber. Thank you so much. All right, our next pair of gloves, signed by Kevin Natividad. All right, this is gonna be kind of crazy. The first person that comes up here with an EBT card. The first person that comes up here with an EBT card. You got this gloves. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why, guys. Because if you got EBT and you got a child, then this is motivation. Yeah! Woo! That's a cool card. What's your name, young lady? Ooh, thank you so much for joining us out here. Beautiful mama, guys. Help us support the love for everybody. We'll see you guys back in about 15 minutes. All right, we got We Defy Foundation right here. Gonna say a few words to all of you guys real quick.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is James B. I'm here with the We Defy table. We Defy Foundation is a nonprofit organization that is set up to assist veterans with PTSD, disabled combat veterans. Everything out on that table goes towards those jiu-jitsu scholarships that the foundation will give out. And the ultimate goal is to prevent disabled combat veterans from committing suicide. So if you guys would love to support us, we'd love to support out here on this table. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the We Defy Foundation coming out here, changing lives and creating magic for those of you that are suffering from PTSDs or any kind of mental illness and suffering, regardless if you serve in the military or not. Please go out there and check them out. They got the resources, they got the help. They're helping everyone across the nation. We love We Defy, and we'll see you back here in just a few more minutes.
Cause some of them are Porkita or Piggy Wiggy. It's not their fault, that's the way that it is. A Porkita or Piggy Wiggy, and they really don't care. I'm unsteady as a vegetarian, sighting the life of the Rastafarian.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us out here at the 604 Ale House, where the X-1 World Events presents X-1 68, Battle at the Barracks 12. We'd like to say thank you all so much for coming out to support your local fighters. And thank you once again to all of our sponsors coming out here tonight. Thank you to the 604, to the Infinity Life Center, to Monster Energy and Monster Beast, to Wheatley Vodka, to Modelo Oro, to the exclusive MMA, to Loyalty Clothing. Thank you to the Only Life Malama. Thank you to My Kind Grinds. Thank you to Run 'em Hard Clothing. Thank you to the Oahu Party Bus. Thank you to the Pipeline Cafe. Thank you to the Liebert Fight Shop. Thank you to RAM. Thank you to the Defense Security Alliance. And thank you so much once again to the Hawaiian Fight Gear, because only the best should be in your corner. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to say thank you so much to our judges here tonight. Judge number 1, Mr. Mike Onzuka. Judge number 2, Mr. Kyle Takao. And judge number 3, Mr. J.N. Toki. We'd also like to thank our doctors here tonight from the Infinity Life Center. Dr. Pasquale and Dr. John Ferguson. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the co-main event of the evening. Our next bout is a 265-pound bout in the X-1 Road Events Amateur MMA Division. Our first fighter is a freelance fighter from Oahu, Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, Tua Lupe-Faitele.
All right, and here comes Tua Lupe-Faitele, freelancer out of Oahu. This is a 265-pound amateur bout, 3 3-minute rounds. Faitele is 26 years old with an MMA record of 1 win and 0 losses. He's a boxer by style, and he is representing his hometown of Kalihi here.
What we love about MMA, he says the hustle, guys. Yes,
and here we go. We'd love to see the bigger guys go at it. And again, this is at a 265 pounds. So when these guys start swinging, you don't want to be there.
Those 4-ounce gloves feel like nothing to these guys.
Yeah. Faitele getting ready to make his walk up those stairs. Getting checked by our cut man, Greyson, and getting checked out by referee Dean Fruta. All right. Excited for this one, Nui. Get to see the bigger guys going to work.
Our next fighter, fighting in the 265-pound X-1 World Events Amateur MMA division. This fighter is a freelance fighter from the Big Island, Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, Niko Tuaefe.
Niko Tuaefe, also 26 years old. Record of 2-2, 2 wins, 2 losses. MMA fighting style, and he's all the way here from the Big Island, from Puna.
One thing I know about them Puna boys, man, up there is up country. One of my good friends out there, Vital, trains some kickboxing out there, but those Puna boys, you know, are some scrappy guys also, man.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. A lot of good guys coming out of the Big Island and out of Puna. Puna, of course, a huge area. I think it's like as big as the island of Oahu or something like that. But yeah, so come all the way here from the Big Island. And I'm excited for this one. He loves MMA, the grind, the growth, and the feeling of being alive. I like that. There's no better way to feel alive than stepping into that cage. And he listed his head coach as Josiah Kamakele. Josiah's X1 veteran here. He's been fighting here with X1 for a while. And yeah, he'll be his head coach here in the corner. Alright, here comes Tuaefe getting checked out by Dean Fruto.
I'm looking at these two fighters here. They're very similar in body mechanics here.
Yeah, they're built. Yeah, similar builds. Both guys kind of.
Oh man, I'm anxious about this one, Mark. They look like some heavy swingers, my friend.
Oh man, I am very excited right now, brother.
They look like some heavy swingers. We're gonna find out in.
Everybody loves to see the big boys go at it. All right, here we go. Tuaefe versus Lupe-Faitele, round 1. Oh, comes out with a jumping kick right away. Grabs the leg.
Nice defense there.
Yeah, Tuaefe looking for the takedown, but a good sprawl here by Lupe-Faitele. And he's gonna end up on top.
Ooh.
Lupe-Faitele looks bigger. Could just be me. Oh, big punches here. That's a ton of power coming down.
Nice knee to the body.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big punch. That's a lot of power
looks like
coming
Niko
down. He's looking at this and it is all over.
Looks like that is a quick one. That was a quick one.
Fighters to the center of the ring. Fighters to the center of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your fighters once again. Coming out here. And your winner of this bout, after 35 seconds of the very first round, due to referee stoppage, fighting out of the blue corner, Tua Lupe-Faitele!
heard that was a short fight. You made quick work of that. What was the game plan coming into this fight?
Fuck, I don't know about this, you know what I mean? Get in there and jam, that's it.
Man, you wasted no time. Big shots from the top. You smelt the blood. You kept going. Do you have anyone you want to thank or any shout-outs you want to make?
Fuck, you want to thank these, you know what I mean? Thank you, God. That's about it, my bro.
Let's give this guy a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say congratulations once again to Tua Lupe-Faitele. And thank you so much to Mr. Niko, Tuaefe, for coming out here and putting it all on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us out here once again here at the 604 Ale House. We'd like to say thank you all so much for coming out to support your local fighters. And thank you so much to all of our sponsors coming out here tonight. We'd also like to thank all of our local social media influencers and present at this time. Big shout out to Ms. Hazel Rose out there doing her thing and for promoting X-1 World Events. Mahalo, thank you so much. We'd also like to say thank you so much to the 604, to the Infinity Life Center, to the Monster Energy and Monster Beast, to Wheatley Vodka, to Modelo Oro, to the exclusive MMA. Thank you once again to the Hawaii Fight Gear. Thank you to Loyalty Clothing. Thank you to the Only Life Malama. Thank you to the My Kind Grinds. Thank you to Run 'em Hard Clothing. Thank you to the Oahu Party Bus. Thank you to the Defense Security Alliance. Thank you to RAM. Thank you so much to the Leeward Fight Shop. And thank you once again to the Pipeline Cafe. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a championship title bout for the 155-pound X-1 World Events Amateur MMA Lightweight title. Our first fighter is fighting for the Hit Squad MMA Gracie Kailua. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, Greyson Lee.
Slava, baby. House on the track.
comes Greyson Lee. 4-0 in the X1 cage, 23 years old. This kid has a bright future in front of him. And he is the fighting our champion. Here he comes.
Our next fighter, fighting in a 155-pound X1 World Emirates Amateur MMA division. This fighter is fighting for the Saint MMA! Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, the reigning, defending, undisputed lightweight champion, Kaena DeSantos!
25 years old with a record of 3-0. Freestyle fighter out of North Shore, Hawaii. Fighting out of the Saint MMA. Alright, Kaena is our champion here at X1 Fights at 155 pounds. This will be 3 3-minute rounds of action in the lightweight amateur division.
Kaena looks like he got a following with him here.
Yeah,
got that old school Hawaiian music going on there.
Yeah, ton of support in the crowd for both guys. This is, again, the main event of the evening. A lot of excitement built up for this fight. 155-pound title is on the line. The holder, of course, Kaena DeSantos. Greyson Lee looks ready to go.
The ore must go here, guys. Yes.
Yep, we have Greyson Lee at 4-0, Kaena DeSantos at 3-0, and Kaena looks pretty big here for this division. We'll see it better face to face, but it looks like he might have a, be a little thicker.
This is the main event of the evening. This bout is for the 155-pound lightweight amateur.
Big height advantage though by Greyson Lee.
I'm excited about this, Martin. The champ looks like he's ready to go. I'm assuming Grayson is ready to go too. Here we go, my friend.
It is time.
Round 1, fight!
All right, round 1. Greyson Lee in the southpaw stance. Greyson Lee is very well rounded as he opens up here with a nice outside leg kick, high kick.
Hard kick from Kaena.
DeSantos is also a very good wrestler. Here he is grabbing the leg. Greyson Lee jump mounts just then.
Pulled guard here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He pulled the guard.
Greyson pulled guard here.
Pulled the guard. And he's going to be fishing for some subs here from the bottom. Yeah. Greyson Lee's looking to creep up for an arm bar. Oh, he's got an arm bar. He's got an arm.
Looks like he's gone in for something here.
Oh, great job by Greyson Lee and by DeSantos. DeSantos was able to get out of that one.
Oh, DeSantos looking for a slam here. Oh, nice by Greyson keeping his body low.
Lee did a good job of hooking the leg, but DeSantos was still able to secure the takedown. Yeah, DeSantos looks really strong here in the position, but Lee doing a good job of getting back up.
Ooh,
there's that
nice
wrestling
kick.
again right there, Nui. But Grayson Lee right back up to his feet again. Big punches here. Grayson Lee is an extremely tough kid, very durable. Yeah, Harris Sarmiento here in the corner of Grayson Lee calling for the elbows here. Knees to the thigh from DeSantos. DeSantos is going to be looking for a trip here again soon. Yeah, Grayson Lee is like, you know, he's not doing anything here, but he has to also be able to improve the position.
Yes, sir. Sometimes less activity is more activity. Just looking to positions here.
I think DeSantos is waiting here for a moment to get another takedown in or some kind of trip.
Grayson looking to the referee.
And Grayson Lee is doing a great job right now of
man, Grayson is
yeah, he's nullifying that trip. He's doing a good job of staying on the feet.
Grayson is showing great takedown defense here, guys.
Yeah, Grayson very well-rounded. Grayson Lee is always in the gym, whether he's training clients or training himself, workhorse, and he gets better every camp. Definitely deserves to be here fighting for this title. Let's see if he can break at this position and get out of the open. You can see the frustration on Grayson Lee's face.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us out here once again.
Strong finish for the champ there. Grayson looking a little frustrated. You know, ref didn't break them up earlier. I guess Grayson wanted more action there, of course. Nobody wants to be tied up there, but Grayson showing strong takedown defense there from the champ, man.
Yeah, great takedown attempt, great takedown defense from Grayson Lee. And you know, with these short 3-minute rounds, you don't have a ton of time. You have to improve position. If you're stuck on the fence or whatever the case may be, it's in your hands to get back to the open or wherever you need to be. Because you just don't have time. Oh, we got an ice spillage here.
Come on, Bryson, get that, Bryce. You got it. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Bryson Bullhouse, hard at work, cleaning up that ice. We got a good old-fashioned ice spilling.
There we go. There we go. We got hands on it. Yes, sir.
Always invest in the high-quality Ziploc bags and double them up. Yeah, I was in Indiana cornering last night, and man, we tripled up those Ziploc bags.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Good job to those guys getting that ice cleaned up quickly. Dean Fruta getting a straggler piece, and we are going into round 2. Round 2 is on. Grayson Lee in the regular stance. Big leg kick, missed. Thought about going up high, did Grayson Lee. Yeah, no landed shots here yet in round. Oh, except for that body kick, and there it is again.
Who's guard again there?
Yeah, and you know, it was a naked kick, Nui. He didn't set up the kick, and so it was easily caught by Kaena DeSantos.
Grayson looked like he's trying to set up for a sub there. Kaena looking strong, man, on top. That wrestler base.
Yeah, this has kind of been DeSantos' MO, you know, catch the kick, get him down, use his superior wrestling to stay on top and land some hard ground and pound. He's doing a great job right now, good head positioning. And again, Grayson Lee needs to either throw up some kind of sub or look to wall walk and get up where he can get back on the feet.
Grayson there, though, looking like he's looking, you know, looks like he's trying to shoot gun for some subs there. Being active from the bottom, of course.
Yep. It looks tough, though. I mean, DeSantos looks so strong, and his base looks so good. Big punches here on top from DeSantos. Yeah, DeSantos is coming down. Good positional awareness on top, and he picks a good opportunity to rain down strikes.
Kaena almost got caught with cage push there from Greyson, but he turned his hips and made it back to the center almost.
Yeah, every time Grayson Lee tries to start to wall walk, DeSantos starts to kind of take him, scoot him off the wall and go back to his ground and pound.
Kaena landing some ground and pound here.
Good job there by Grayson Lee. DeSantos is fishing for a choke here. Looks like he might be working in some kind of guillotine, maybe a dart stroke. But Grayson Lee looks to be aware of it. Yeah, I think DeSantos has it locked up a little bit here.
The champ looking, Grayson looks like he's coming for a hit.
Good job, good sprawl by Grayson Lee. Beautiful work.
Grayson looks like he's looking for a neck here. Grayson looks like he's going for a dart here.
DeSantos doing a good job of hand fighting. Lee doing a good job of sprawling. I'd love to see Lee get back up onto the feet and see if he can do some damage from the feet. Grayson Lee has beautiful striking.
10 seconds.
Oh, only 10 seconds left in this round. There he is, letting him back up. Oh, big head kick misses. Another kick.
Both fighters.
They're talking each other there. Yeah.
We got a fight here, guys. Both fighters aren't going easy. One wants the belt. One is not willing to give it up.
Yeah, Grayson Lee gave him a look at the end of that round, and DeSantos gave him the W with the fingers.
One wants the belt. One does not want to let it go.
You know, theoretically, Grayson Lee is down 2 rounds here. Has to do something big. I'm not a judge, but I would love to see him come out and try to keep this fight on the feet as much as possible. No naked kicks, I would be telling him in his corner.
And the bad thing about, of course, you know, being a MMA or wrestler, when you're judging, right? Of course, it never looks good when you're on your back, right? The full round, regardless of how active you are, what you're trying to do.
And also, DeSantos was very active as well, punching. So it's a pretty definitive position to be in. If you're on your back here, most of the time you're losing.
Here we go, round 3. Grayson looks like he's starting to come in with some strikes here.
Oh, big diving
shot from
double leg here.
There.
Lee is down again. He has a sense of urgency here though this time. Let's see if he can start throwing up submission attempts or get back up to the feet. But he needs to do something here to rally in this 3rd round.
Definitely don't want to be on your back with the wrestler.
Yeah, and it's so tough because DeSantos looks like he's so strong in this position, great head positioning, and every time Lee tries to wall walk, you see how he sucks him back off the fence again.
That wrestling base definitely helps out in MMA, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just base is so strong, you know, hard to sweep, hard to basically get any subs in.
Yes, definitely. And you can kind of see the frustration on Grayson Lee's face as he just can't really seem to progress in this position or to get really anything going here.
Here we go. Grayson looked like he's
looked like he was working to maybe get his foot off the fence for an arm bar or some kind of room. And again, with these 3-minute rounds, this time goes by quick on your back. You know, you got to do something big.
Definitely, man. Amateur MMA, 3-minute rounds or 5 3-minute rounds, whatever it is.
Oh, and Dean Fruta is going to stand him up. We wanted to see more action. Grayson Lee's happy about it. Big leg kick and a great sprawl. And Kaena DeSantos is right back on him again, though. He's right back on him. You see relentless pressure.
Nice. Oh, nice knee by Lee.
Relentless pressure, and he is down again.
Strong takedown by the champ. Circles to the back there.
And Kaena DeSantos showing why he's the 155-pound champion. This pressure with the wrestling is very hard to deal with. And again, this might not be the most exciting thing that the average fan wants to watch, but this is part of the sport. And you know, the educated fan appreciates this kind of thing where he's being able to utilize his wrestling.
Basically, guys, whatever works, works. If it's working, it's working.
This is MMA. Let's see if Grayson Lee can break free again, though. He's got back up to the feet. Let's see if he can get back to the center. He's trying to hit a switch here. Grayson Lee's trying to hit a switch. Good hammer fist on top by Grayson Lee. Great hammer fist. Those ones hurt.
Kaena had to cover up there.
Yep, yep. Oh, but Kaena ducks out on the back. Grayson Lee rolls over. Grayson Lee looking for a knee bar. No.
Toe hold. No.
Put your hands together when you're fighting!
Only too long.
No, that was
As we wait on the judges' deliberation.
Oh.
That was three.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us out here once again here at the 604 Ale House. For the X-1 World Events presents X-1 68, Battle at the Barracks 12. Fighters to the center of the ring. Fighters to the center of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your fighters! Coming out here and laying it all on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, and your winner of this bout after careful deliberation by the judges, due to a unanimous decision. And your winner of this bout, and still the reigning, defending X-1 World Events Lightweight Amateur MMA Champion, Kaena DeSantos.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner and our champion, Kaena DeSantos. Great pressure the whole fight. You brought it from start to finish. You showed why you're the champion. Relentless pressure, great positioning on top. Was that the game plan coming into this fight, to kind of utilize your wrestling to get on top and do some damage?
First things first, all glory to God. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. And yeah, I know Greyson, he's a stud now. He's a hell of a fighter, a beast, undefeated. Our game plan was to be mostly on the ground. If we seen an opening on the stand-up, we was gonna take it, but he was trying to knock me out, bro. Damn. So we kept on the ground, kept the positioning technique, wasn't rushing anything, trying to keep it composed and smart.
Yeah.
It's slippery. I think we dropped a bucket of ice or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Grayson Lee's a very well-rounded fighter. You did a really good job of catching the kicks a couple times and going right to the takedown. Was that something that you saw in the fight, or was that something that you studied beforehand?
Yeah. I always watch the people I'm fighting, and I went through his film. He's probably like 80% kick, so I knew it was an opportunity and a way I can engage into my takedowns, for sure. And especially when he's coming in aggressive, their whole defense is out the way, so it's easier to transition. But man, he kept fighting, kept coming up. I just had to stay focused with the grind.
Yeah, beautiful performance. Great job. Is there anything else you'd want to say to your fans, family, or any of your supporters?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to my team, my family. They've been with me since day one, from the beginning. So shout out them. I want to shout out a bunch of other teams. I want to shout out Island Jiu-Jitsu West, the Saint MMA, Trilogy. I want to shout out the Hilo boys. I also want to shout out Scotty Hall, The Process. Man, there's so much out there. Sunset Beach Jiu-Jitsu. Thank you guys so much. You guys been with the journey from the beginning. You guys believed in me. You guys seen potential. Never gave up to me. And then I just want to say thanks to my dad, man. He's been my coach. He's been my dad. He's been he's the reason why I'm the champ right now. So he deserves that belt tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Kaena DeSantos.
One more thing. I was talking with my team. This might have been my last fight for the X1. We're gonna shoot for the bigger stage, bigger shows, and get better. So that 155 belt is up for grabs. I wish all the 155ers the best.
When you say that, do you mean you're turning pro? Are you turning pro soon?
The goal is UFC, man. I want the UFC belt, so there's a lot of work, a lot of things to do. So I'm gonna take some time off, enjoy the holidays, and we're gonna get back to work, and we're gonna get that pro debut.
We look forward to seeing you on the big stage, my friend. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say congratulations once again to Mr. Kaena DeSantos. And we'd also like to say thank you so much to Mr. Greyson Lee for coming out here and putting it all on the line. Congratulations to all the winners here tonight. And thank you so much to all the fighters coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all your support and love. Thank you once again to all of our sponsors coming out here tonight. Thank you to the 604 Ale House. Thank you to the Infinity Life Center. Thank you to the Monster Energy, Monster Beast. Thank you to Wheatley Vodka. Thank you so much to Modelo Oro. Thank you to the Exclusive MMA. Thank you to Loyalty Clothing. Thank you so much to the Only Life Malama. Thank you to My Kind Grinds. Thank you to Run 'em Hard Clothing. Thank you so much to the Oahu Party Bus. Thank you to the Pipeline Cafe. Thank you so much to the Leeward Fight Shop. Thank you to RAM. Thank you to the Defense Security Alliance. And thank you so much once again to the Hawaiian Fight Gear, because only the best should be in your corner. We'd like to say thank you so much to all the staff from X1 Road Events. Thank you to the faculty to put these events together. Thank you so much to our DJs, our lighting crew. We'd like to say thank you so much to our media team, Mr. Drew and his boys. But most of all, we'd like to say thank you so much to Mr. Jeff and Melissa for working so hard, diligently, to putting all these fights together. Every time you see these folks, ladies and gentlemen, please show your love, show your aloha. Malama, everyone, and we will see you again.